Hi, my name is Mario Charles, and this is my wife, Lorraine Charles. We have two daughters. What are their names?
Claylani is 8 and Malia is 6.
Before having kids, we only had each other to think about. We could literally move, when we wanted to. Let's say today we wanted to go to Atlanta. We could just put everything we have in the car and go to Atlanta without having to worry about it. Now, after having kids, there was a little bit more planning to do, a little bit more communication. Who's going to watch the kids if we're not taking them? Where are they going to sleep if we are taking them? Making sure we have food for the kids. So, not that it's bad, but it's just different. But we just have something else to worry about, or someone else to worry about, I should say.
I think we also have to get creative with communication, because the kids inevitably love to join the conversation whenever we're having a conversation. It seems only when we are ready to have a conversation do they have something to say. So we do have to get creative about when we have communication, how to get the highlights across, and how to make sure that we're still on the same page. I think there are many ways one could still pour into your marriage. I think first and foremost is making sure to prioritize, as much as we work hard to prioritize date night, to make sure that we have opportunities to go out, or even just, we love to plan vacations together. We love to plan opportunities to have alone time with the kids. I think the more alone time we have, the better off we'll be in making sure we're feeding our marriage while being parents.
I concur. We try to look for the little moments, even within the household. Like we put them to bed around 7:30, and that's when I say we become adults again. We could talk. We maybe watch a movie, or just be adults for a little bit. And the kids sometimes are pretty good about not leaving the room. So we try to prioritize the little moments with each other.
I used to not believe that this was true, that the kids can feel what's in the home, but the more seasoned in marriage we get, and the older our children get, we really notice how they feed off of our energy. And so when we are not in a good place, or we're not communicating at our highest ability, we notice that the kids are more anxious, they're fighting more. It sets the tone for the home. And so we are very much more aware as time passes that if we're good, our family is going to be good. And we have to always keep that at the forefront.
Kids do feed off of us, and whether we know it or not, they're always paying attention. We may not think they are, but they really are. And so we try to prioritize maybe not having arguments in front of them, maybe the important talks with each other we do behind closed doors. And that way we can more or less do a separation of church and state, if that makes any sense.
How has marriage changed my relationship with God? It's definitely deepened it in a way on multiple levels. I think first, learning the amount of patience it requires in marriage and realizing how much patience God has with me is tremendous. Aware that God really uses marriage as a mirror, and we constantly feel that weight of the other person really reflecting what we're doing right and definitely what we're doing wrong, and how God is really using marriage as a training ground, an area of repentance, an area of growth. You could think you're all wonderful, but once you're married, you find out you are not so wonderful as you thought you were. And I don't think you would learn that outside of marriage. I think being with somebody in that intimate way, you're gonna see the nitty-gritty, the things people do not see, the smiles, not the smiles that come in on church on Sabbath. You're gonna see the other side. And I think that marriage provides that space to be raw and authentic. And I think God also uses that to grow us in a way that can't be grown or be done in any other relationship.
One thing that I found out today in our couples session, because that's important for us to have couples session.
Therapy.
Therapy.
You alone, me together.
That's right. That's right. So we had a together session. It's almost like, I think our therapist said, be careful what you pray for, because God is literally revealing some of those things and fixing some of those things through your marriage. That's bad or anything, but it's important to be, while being open to change and to be changed. Even little fights or arguments aren't the end all be all. It's literally there. I think I've heard someone say marriage is for your holiness. And so God is literally trying to save us through our marriage.
I think one thing it took me a very long time to accept in my marriage was to be all in. I think there was a long part of my marriage, and now we're about to be married 12 years in August. I probably spent 6 of those with a plan B, or a thought that what life would look like outside of this marriage. And I don't think that helped in being able to work things out when there were fights. I think that allowed moments of, well, if this doesn't work, this can happen. And I think until I finally committed to being a part of this marriage, which was past our wedding, did things finally really take shape. And I think we were finally able to really move toward becoming one when both people are committed.
Words of wisdom from Mario Charles would be, wife's hair product is so much better than yours. In all seriousness, I would say the grass is always greener where you water it, which means taking care of home. Don't look at somebody else's grass and thinking it's better on their side. Taking care of your own grass, keep your eyes on your own homework, and if you take care of your grass, it'll be greener than you think.